Let's get you updates from Tamil Nadu now, where violent protests have broken out. This is after a class 12 student committed suicide. Protests and the protests have also gotten violent. This is at Chinnasalem. Violent protests that have taken place after the suicide of a schoolgirl. These are the dramatic visuals that have come in from the spot. Protests that are taking place. She had named two teachers. She had alleged that she was being tortured by two teachers in the residential school. Now, anger against the school management for not doing enough. The girl had written a suicide note which mentioned two teachers. Questions being raised on why the residential school did not take any action. So the protests there getting violent. Some of the school property being damaged, also burnt by the protesters. It was on July 13th morning that the watchman of the hostel building had found the girl's body on the ground. He alerted the school management, after which the local police were also informed of what happened. And she was declared brought dead, but questions were raised on the residential school administration. The protests now getting violent. Several school buses that have been set ablaze by the protesters. School property also being damaged by these protesters as they barged into the residential school, asking questions of the management on one, why no action was taken when the girl had spoken about the kind of harassment that she had been facing from the teachers, and two, why there was such a delay in also taking her to the hospital. In the suicide note, the girl named two teachers, saying that they had been torturing her, also saying that some of the students were also aware of what was happening. But the protests now taking a violent turn, with several of these protesters setting ablaze school property. Some of the school buses were being pushed, set on fire by the protesters. The police officials have registered a case in this regard. The police say that after the school management had informed the girl's parents, they had reached the hospital with their relatives. There were over 50 family members who were staging a protest seeking justice for what happened. They accused the school management of pushing her to take the extreme step, questioning the school management on why no action was taken. Prapanch is joining us live with more details on this. Prapanch, a lot of anger against the school that we're witnessing, dramatic visuals showing the protesters setting several buses of the school ablaze.
Now we can see that, in fact, in Kallakurichi, after the girl had committed suicide, her parents have been demanding justice. Her parents have been asking to take action against the administration, and simultaneously, for a couple of days now, we could see there is a support which is gathering for the family, and now we could see it has taken a violent turn. The supporters of the parents who have been demanding justice have taken up the arms, and in fact they have torched several vehicles. We could see that several of the school buses have been torched. They have vandalized several properties of the school, and also the public. They have also in fact ransacked the whole of the school premises. Now we can see that DGP in fact spoke to us, and he had said that actions would be taken. He had said that all the video recordings, they have secured all the video recordings, and they will be arresting all the miscreants who have been indulged in this particular ransacking and vandalizing of the school and public properties.
Okay, Prapanch, so action will be taken against the protesters, but has there been any action in the suicide case? Because the parents have questioned the school management. The girl has also mentioned two teachers in her suicide note. So has any action been taken on that front?
Now we need to understand that a 12th standard girl had died, in fact, on 12th, intervening night of 12th and 13th, and subsequently the school had found out about the suicide, in fact, early in the morning, and then she was rushed to the hospital. However, we need to see that the mother of the girl had claimed that initially she got an information from the school administration that her child was injured, and subsequently later she said that the school administration informed that her child died. And when her parents spoke to the doctor, the doctor had told the parents that the girl was brought dead. This was a viral viral WhatsApp video where the mother was talking, in fact, telling about the ordeal, and she was telling about the timeline of events, how she was informed about the girl's death. And now, in fact, a preliminary post-mortem report had been secured, wherein which it was said that the girl had died due to the hemorrhage and shock due to the injuries, and now the parents have been suspecting the cause of the injuries, and they have been asking for a re-post-mortem, and in fact they have also filed the case. Now this is at the point in time when there are several group of people who have been supporting these parents, and they have in fact gone in a violent mode. They have in fact, they are attacking the school premises. They have been ransacking the building, vandalizing, and in fact setting a fire to in fact various of the school vehicles that were placed in the parking lot. In fact, today being a Sunday, several groups of people had gathered and they have been vandalizing. Now the police is trying to control. Additional deployments have been made to control the crowd. There are several police personnel who have been injured in this particular in fact clash, and now we can see that the police is deploying additional force to bring the crowd under control.
Okay, all right. Prapanch, thank you for joining us with those details. Keep a track on all the developments on that big story. For now, we're slipping into a short break here. We'll be right back. Stay with us.